What a game! What a game! Welcome! Good morning, afternoon, and evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Zach Cardinal is behind the camera.
Yes, sir.
Welcome back! You know what this means? It means we're gonna get playoff footage this season. Playoff coverage, even! Are you excited yet? Woo! Oh, what an adrenaline rush. Jets beat the Minnesota Wild 3-1. This was a monster game for so many facets, so many reasons. One, it was the Jets controlling their own destiny tonight. That was key. Sure, they could have hoped for Minnesota or Colorado to beat Nashville, but they went out and secured that spot on their own. Unlike in the past, where a couple times they've kind of fallen into that position where they need other teams to do the help for them, they got the job done. They didn't get 1 point, they got 2. So no matter how that game last night between Nashville and Calgary went, doesn't matter. It wouldn't have mattered no matter what, because we went out and got the 2 points. 2, we beat the Minnesota Wild. The Minnesota Wild. Hate them. They're diet Manitoba, and you can't change my mind otherwise. They look like, their state looks like Manitoba having a crack addiction, and my mind will never change on that. It was a monster win to beat Minnesota, because Minnesota has had our number all year. We will win the fourth time meeting them. We went 1-3, but we won the most important one, the one setting up the playoffs. In the past, people don't, and it's funny because the rivalry between the Jets and the Wild has flown under the radar. There is one. There's a big one. Those teams do not like each other, and I think that was quite evident. Let's go into the first period. Starting in goal tonight, Connor Hellebuck versus Marc-Andre Fleury. Philip Gustafson gets the night off as he played in Chicago the night before, where the Wild won that. Wild are in a bit of a race too. They're trying to get to the top spot in the Central Division. Right now, if I'm the Winnipeg Jets, I think your best matchup, not saying you win the matchup, it will be still a test no matter what. I think the best matchup for the Jets is the Vegas Golden Knights. The biggest problem the Vegas Golden Knights have is goaltending. So obviously we want Vegas to kind of win out and then play against them and see if we can test that. But yeah, no, back to this game, because there's a journey that this game goes on. We start the first period, Jets playing well. Shot towards net. First shot officially on goal. Adam Lowry puts it past Marc-Andre Fleury to make a 1-0 reaction here.
None.
What was that sound?
Lowry's got unlimited whiz.
As you guys can see, the reactions are right after the goals are scored because me and JetsHub, I invited Jax from JetsHub over. We had a blast of a time, especially at the end when it got so far out of hand. I can't even with the game. But Jets will make it 1-0. Big goal to score first and on the road. Sets a tone right away. Puts the Wild a bit on their heels and gives the Jets a good starting position. I have to have this list here because there's so many things that happen near the end of the game that we need to address just ready on hand. Jets would then make it shockingly a 2-0 game. It feels like a distant memory ago, this goal. Right. Puck goes just past the net. Mark Scheifele's on the doorstep to pretty much just corral it, put it in the open net. 2-0. Jets lead reaction here.
What is it? It's Joe.
Jover. Book your tickets.
Book your tickets. Fuck it. Book your tickets to game 1. We're hosting. I love that. That's slow. I'm going to chip this in. And the game was intense. Jets do not have the best period, but they get 2 goals and the other team gets 0. That's all that matters. That is all that matters. I understand there's this mentality that we want to keep having this emotion of, well, you have to play better than the team to win. No, you just need to win. We are no longer, don't get me wrong, I want to play, if we can, we should play better than the team and win, but at this rate, wins matter more. Wins always mattered more, but we were hesitant to say that during the regular season because it's harder for you to repeat results that are successful in the short term over a long pace. In the playoffs, it is much more easy to replicate that. If you can get that short-term success, that it'll translate into long-term success. because the playoffs are not as long as people think. Some people's playoffs are over in 8 days, right? So, yeah. Jets get outshot 10-4, but are up 2-0. We go to the second period, inverse of that. The Jets put a lot of pressure towards the Minnesota Wild, and it shows, and this is the right response. After Minnesota had a lot of pressure, even though they weren't winning, they were trying to build momentum off something. The Jets shut that down right away by pretty much controlling the offensive zone the entire time. It leaves the Minnesota Wild with nothing more than to defend. They only give up 3 shots. They don't score in that period, but they outshoot them 10-3. Let's go to the third period, because this is where the action really ramps up a bit. First play that I can really note is Ryan Reeves makes a hit from behind on Dylan DeMello. I didn't think it was too bad. However, I could see it being a 2-minute boarding. It isn't called, and that's what sets this game off in a direction. There's a couple penalties, and eventually Kirill Kaprizov makes it 2-1 reaction here.
If he didn't try to reach for that stick, probably stops Kaprizov, because that's not a great shot.
Yeah.
Good Lord. What's the feeling on that goal there? What's the feeling there, Jackson?
Oh.
Unfortunate. Yeah, Neil Pionk being hero, giving him a stick.
Get me to overtime.
That is after the fact that it has to be mentioned. Connor Hellebuck played out of his mind. Connor Hellebuck unlocked God mode. The Hella bunker was in full form. If I knew where the box was, I'd grab it. I think we threw it. I think it got lost in the move. No, Carter, it's fine. It's okay. It's okay. If you have to leave the room, it's probably gone. But yeah, no. Hellebuck played out of his mind, making some great saves, and then unfortunately Kaprizov scores right afterwards. The Jets then don't go away. There's a lot of hits back and forth. It gets really gutty. Pierre-Luc Dubois plays amazing in this third period. And you might think to yourself, what are you talking about? I didn't really hear much about Pierre-Luc Dubois. That's the point. Pierre-Luc Dubois perfectly skirted the line of being a fucking pest and being not penalized for it. Other guys got caught up in that. Neil Pionk, not so much. And we're not even going to give him Mike Ward out because it becomes a cesspool at the third period, and I don't care. But yeah, so game gets very chippy after the hit from behind, and they score as well. And then it really gets out of hand when they miss a call on the Jets. I didn't even see it, but we'll let them have that thought that we thought it was a penalty. Back the other way, Stenlund passes it up to Morgan Barron, outweights the defender, gives it to Mason Appleton. Send it home, Mason. Oh, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Book the tickets. Get the ticket drive going. Yes. God, what fucking patience here, though. Like, oh my God. Yes. Mason Appleton virtually ices the game with 6 minutes left, practically. But that's how much the Jets were playing in their element. Appleton scores, the building goes, that's it. And that's when the Wild start having to resort to making big hits to try to generate momentum. There's a lot of chippy plays, and then Ryan Hartman with a dirty hit on Nikolai Ehlers. Nikolai Ehlers makes a clean hit on Kirill Kaprizov. He's skating back. Ryan Hartman dishes off the puck, turns and blindsides Nikolai Ehlers as he's skating back to back check. That should get reviewed, and I'm hoping that that's a 2-game suspension because that is a dirty play by Ryan Hartman. However, they only give it 2 minutes for interference, and this is the thing. I think if they had deemed it to be a headshot penalty, which it arguably is as well, they could have upped the thing because Ehlers is injured on the play. However, they don't. They view it as interference, and interference rarely gets upped in ante in terms of penalty. So that's it, you know. But I wish it did because it honestly deserved a 5-minute major just to settle the whole game down. But guess what? It doesn't get settled down. So what happens is, not long afterwards, Ryan Reeves and Nino Niederreiter get tangled up in the boards. The ref just says, I don't know what to do. I'm just going to take them both off. Sure, honestly, Ryan Reeves takes out Niederreiter there, but it's kind of clean. It's not too bad, honestly. And then the game keeps getting escalating and escalating and escalating and escalating. Neil Pionk cross-checks Marcus Johansson from behind the net, and honestly, I think it's just bad. Like, I think he tries to lock up with the guy and just kind of shove him, but he definitely he cross-checked him. And you know what, guys? I think I'm gonna be honest here. I think Neil Pionk deserves to be suspended, and I'll take the bullet. I think he deserves a 1-game suspension. Oh no, he won't be able to play in game 82. But yeah, he injures Marcus Johansson, who I hope is okay, but it looks like he fucked up his ribs. So he gets a 5-minute and a game misconduct for that, or a 5-minute major at least. I'm not sure if they threw him out as well, but yeah. That doesn't settle down at all. And then Ryan Hartman is back on the ice because you only gave him a 2-minute penalty. Him and Dylan in front of that start lightsabering each other. And Brendan Dillon says, "Fuck this, I'm killing you now." And crucifies. The most satisfying visual of this game is Ryan Hartman going, "Oh shit, I have made a mistake." Bang, bang, bang. Right in the face as Dylan just mauls him to death. And then, after all that, with 45 seconds left, Dean Evison says, "Ryan Reeves, get on the ice." And Rick Bowness loses his shit. Because at this point, he knows that with 45 seconds left, while they're down by 2, in a playoff game, they'd be trying to win. But Rick Bowness knows he's not trying to win. He's trying to win a moral victory. And that's what they were trying to do. And Wild fans, you have no defense. No defense. How many goals does Ryan Reeves have? Exactly. He's not tying that fucking game for you. So he sends out Ryan Reeves. We send out Adam Lowry because of course we are. Somebody's got to, you got to stand up to the bully. He takes down, fight, punches back and forth. Reeves lands more shots. But once again, like they got into a fight years earlier in 2020, Lowry lands the takedown. The bench goes wild on the Winnipeg side. And Rick Bowness lights up the Minnesota Wild bench like it's Christmas night. It's beautiful. Tears down everyone while Dean Evison just stares back at him like he's taking a shit. I'm almost positive they fought in the parking lot. I'm almost positive. And what happens? Nothing. Because guess what? The Minnesota Wild don't come back. Jets hang on to win it 3-1. What a fucking day. God. Real playoff feel in that game. And the Jets played for it. It was great to see, honestly. But yeah, 3 stars of the game. Connor Hellebuck gets the first star. Mason Appleton gets the second star. Adam Lowry gets the third star with a great fight and a great, a great goal as well. And Morgan Barron gets honorable mention because I can. No Mike Ward there because you know what? They're all winners. Guys, one more game before the end of the season, and then we will have the playoff coverage. What are your thoughts on the game, guys? I needs to know. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time.
Connor, the old Svechnikov for Connor, and score! Pierre-Luc Dubois